telling Fender what to do. That's the only way, because that's what made that guitar worth something to me. So they actually did. They found the elderly guy who actually used to build them by hand. I started out when they were built by hand. And so he had his meetings, and they said, it will just make it real the way it was, and that's why I'm still playing them, because they made it. They went backwards and fixed it back the way the inside of the guitar, what held it all together, and still playing them. There is a real reason, and it's because it's the only guitar I found that had equal volume on every string. Mm-hmm. That had to be there, because when I make my changes, I only move one string, and you got to hear it. So it really works for me. That's the best thing about it, is that you really can change one string and actually hear the giant change in the sounds and the music you're doing.
Now, a few years ago, we interviewed Dee Snider from Twisted Sister, and we asked him this question. I feel it's a very interesting way to look at music. What do you think of today's music and where it's going, and who are some of your favorite musicians from today?
Well, I grew up listening to all kinds of music, actually, just in general. So when it all, Woodstock was like, here's a primer book on all of the different styles and music that we could hear for our time, that were serious players, and also conscious thinkers, about what they were singing about. I think today there were a lot of people that I like out there. One of my favorite bands was Rage Against the Machine. Mm-hmm. That was one of my favorite. When I met that guy, I actually ran up to him and scared the hell out of him. And up to him, I said, "Please, please," and he looks at me like, "What is he doing?" Please don't hurt your throat. And he looked at me and I said, "Hey, you'll be around a lot longer. We need you here, We don't want you to get blown out, And it was so funny, I tell you, they had to crack up. But, he was a fantastic storyteller. That's what I thought, instead of it being just a rap situation, he was much like Eminem, okay, telling the story of his life, his real life. And Eminem also is on my list. Well, he's not doing anything, but he was also on my list when he was, because he was telling something about himself that were happening to a lot of guys his age, and going through, trying to say what you need to say, and then turning out that you have to sing the songs and that move you. Well, it's your life you're talking about. The Foo Fighters are fun guys. I bet you didn't think I was going to say that.
I wasn't expecting Rage either.
Or Eminem, for that matter.
Well, you see, you got to remember, I'm a rock and roller by nature.
Yep.
It's in there. So when I'm strumming them guitars, still singing some of these songs, some of them are rock songs, but some come from other places. But by nature, I'm definitely a rock and roller. I can tell you that. And so, so people like that, I think. There's a few bands out there to me that not new, but holding on to being here a little bit longer by what they do, and there are a bunch of people that I get to meet out on the road that are so really good that the next wave of what's going to hit us is going to be a melting pot wave. It's going to have the mixture of poetry and spoken word and all of that mixed with it, and not rap, but spoken word, prose, mm-hmm, storytelling,
of course,
feelings, emotional, very emotional, and because that's what's happening to us now. Whatever these people are speaking about is happening to us now. And that's why I listen to everybody. Because everybody's got something to say.
Definitely.
Now, one last question for you. We're both musicians looking to improve. What advice do you have for someone looking to pursue a career in music?
Well, it depends on whether you write the songs or not. That's the way I look at it. Mm-hmm. If you don't write the songs and that really move you, I mean, if you have a favorite, let's say a favorite rock song, and because this is what happens to me, the way I play is so simple. A lot of the young guys just, they pick it up really quickly, and then they write me back and say, "Oh man, I just learned my first song on it. It sounds cool," And these are young big guys, like 14, 15 years old. But it's the way I play makes them even easy to get it, as easy as I got it. And it also spurs you to write songs, because I think your voice is what we need to have. So when I look at all of these incredible voices out there in the music business, but none of them write their own songs, well, that's why the music business survives, because they now create the opportunity by writing the songs for these guys. Now, that's nothing new, because that's what the whole 50s was about. Unless you wrote your own songs, you were sort of a victim of the business, so to speak. So I would tell anybody coming up that what you need to do is to be heard by every person you could play for, even if you're doing it for nothing. What you should be interested in is getting across what you have to say about everything. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what the raw deal is that we have enough of a voice now. You guys have enough influence now to make things go the way you want them to go. Mm-hmm. And if you can do it by music, you're a very blessed person. Let me tell you. You get to travel, you get to see people, but if you're doing good and you mean well in what you're talking about, those are the kind of people you're going to meet.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Can we just ask you to do one more thing?
Sure.
All right, can we get you to say, hi, this is Richie Havens, and you're listening to WPOB, where we rock you?
Where we rock you, you said?
Yeah,
yes.
Where we rock you.
Where we rock you.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, this is Richie Havens, and you're listening to WPOB High School Radio, where we rock you all.
Thanks, that was great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, that was...
Cool.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.